Hello everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today we are doing another OnlyFriends discussion video. I do apologize for not doing one after episode 7 of OnlyFriends. I got occupied by filming, His Man and Kiseki and Sing My Crush. By the way, all those are on Patreon. I will be filming more episodes of all those shows to put on Patreon for this month. So become a patron today, help support the channel, and watch extra content with me. But today, even though I literally just posted my reaction to episode 8, but I have gotten so many comments that I felt like, oh, I could make a OnlyFriends discussion video. So that's what we're doing today. I'm going to go through the comment section, give my thoughts and opinions on your thoughts and opinions. Now, I don't know if I'll do a second one for this episode. It depends on what comments I get. Like I said, I did just post this, and I'm just maybe 10 comments already. But maybe I'll get more later on once everyone watches the episode or the reaction. So we'll see. We'll see. Or I might do a follow-up to this video. You might have some comments, questions, concerns as well. And if I feel compelled to do another one, I will. But yeah, let's get right into it. Okay, so this comment says, the way the world is against Top. Right, y'all out here wildin'. Like at this point, Ray has exuded just as bad behavior as Top. In my opinion, worse behavior. Now, I don't know. For me, Top has not exuded bad behavior. He did sleep with Boston, and that was bad. But he wasn't consistently busting down Boston. He didn't go out to get into Boston's pants. It was the other way around. And other than that, he's been up under Mew and getting to know Mew, hanging out with him, showing some new things, being affectionate, respecting his boundaries. It was a lot of positive things happening in that dynamic. And unfortunately, they're not showing that with Ray in this scenario. And also, Ray out here booed up with Mew. He loves Mew and then go makes out with Sand. It's not the same. Not even, not just as bad. It definitely is worse than him just, because I mean, I know you're probably thinking kissing Sand is not the same or is not as bad as him busting down Boston, but given the scenario, you was just in Mew's face. You told me you love him. You tried to pursue him multiple times. Now you finally have him, and you still with someone else that you actively went to go do. I don't know, y'all. It ain't the same to me or on par with each other. That's just me. I kind of love Chuum. I love that Chuum's kind of backing up Top. I think she, even though she doesn't like Top in this moment, it's for the greater good. Her homie is off the deep end and she needs help. So I love that she's like putting her pride aside or whatever how she feels about him to get Mew back on track. Attempting to at least. Also, Ray is kind of crazy for encouraging Mew to do literal coke. That's insane to me. And oh, it says it's probably Mew's idea, but even addicts don't let people who's never done hard drugs start doing them. Yeah, I mean, I know they get on Ray's case for his drug use and his drinking, and now that Mew is willing to indulge, and he's like, okay, I do it already, so like, let's do it again. Like, and that's his boo thing. So like, it's insane because yeah, Mew probably, as we saw early in the episode, insisting to do it and try things out, and Ray is not pumping the brakes on it. It's a weird situation because he already does it and he wants someone to do it with. Is he wrong for not? Because he does it himself. So like I would expect Ray to stop Mew from doing this. I would expect Top to, and that is the scenario we're in. Oh, this is so crazy though. Goody, because Mew, bestie, this is not. Ah, I don't know. I feel so bad. I feel so bad. Now here's a comment I did go back and forth with a commenter on here already, but I guess I wanted to like go over it again. Because basically they just felt Boston was in the wrong for having Adam come over, and damn, I don't want to read this whole comment though. 'Cause we went back and forth, so I don't want to like go back and forth again. You'll see it in the comment section if you go into the right reaction video. It's here. But basically, to sum it down, since Boston didn't say no to Adam, I guess they feel like he's in the wrong, and I'm like, they're both grown. I don't know why you think Adam and Boston can't bust down. I don't understand that. I don't comprehend that really. And they're saying that, well, it's his friend's sister. And I'm like, well, sure, but they're on the outs with each other, and their friendship is effectively over. They're just, get along with this project, but the friendship group isn't friendship grouping. You see her, she cried at the end of the episode because her friendship is falling apart, her group is falling apart and everything. And Boston is public enemy number one in this group. I guess it would be nice for him to show some type of loyalty to them or her in this scenario by not sleeping with her brother, but he has no obligation to her to do that. And like I said, they're both grown. And I mentioned that, he tried to say, hey, your sister wouldn't like this. But homeboy insisted. Adam said, she don't gotta know. Let's just go. And I'm like, okay, well, he seemed sober. He seemed able and willing to do it. So let's just do it. Bro didn't insist that much. It doesn't matter how much he insisted. He insisted. He had to insist because Boston tried to pump the brakes. I think you guys feel like if someone isn't doing something very hard, like he's not trying to really insist, or Boston's not trying to really reject, they're wrong in the scenario. Kind of like with Top, like since he didn't resist Boston so much when he lied about the Ray and Mew thing and the yada yada yada, that Top is just a horrible person because he wanted to, but like he did try to resist, but Boston did all the things that you know what I mean. So like it's how much you resist versus you resisting in the first place are two different things. I don't think you're wrong for falling for something quickly. I think you not wanting to do it in the first place is telling. In my opinion, I think if you want to like pump the brakes on something, is a good sign, in my opinion, of your character. Hey, it may not take that much convincing. It kind of sucks that you kind of gave in quickly, but I don't think you're a bad person because you gave in general, or you didn't push harder, or you didn't resist that much, or you know what I mean. So this comment saying that the brother didn't insist that much, I don't know. I don't know how much. What else could he have done? What else do you need to do? Yes, they're grown, but damn. Wait. Yes, they're grown, but damn, y'all don't know what friendship is, or if I said one of my friends and my brother not to mess with each other, and they mess with each other, do we have a problem? I don't care if they're grown or not. Okay, so she didn't tell. Okay, she did tell. She don't want them to hang out. Now, and I guess that might trickle over to also busting down. Um, and I think those scenarios can be messy. I'm not saying it can't be, but what I'm saying is, as of right now, they are not friends. They're not going to be friends. Their friendship is over, right? So, like I said, this obligation you think Boston should have to her is misplaced. I don't think that makes any sense to me, given the current state of affairs. It is a bad look in some cases, but they are not homies right now. They're not cool, and it doesn't seem like they're going to be cool. So you feeling like I don't know what you I don't know. I just think expecting Boston or being disappointed that Boston not honoring his friendship with her is a bit silly. No disrespect. No disrespect. Yes, I know he misses his friends, I guess, in some capacity, and I know he feels away, but at the same time, I just think that's so odd for that to be the stance you have. Like he's betraying their friendship. Yeah, he has been. He betrayed their friendship a couple times. It says here, oh, and they're all the same age range, 19 to 21. The only age we don't know for sure is Top, and he's only 20, so I'm assuming that he's in that range since they speak casually to each other. I guess Top seems older because of how he dresses and behaves. Nick has talked before about the internship in passing, but it's overshadowed by Boston giving us insight into his life. I'm not sure what that comment is responding to. Did I say something like in my reaction? Oh, I did. I okay, because I thought because we saw Mew and Sand in school with them, and I thought they weren't in school. I thought they were already. I didn't think Sand was at going to the school, and I think Top already graduated. That's okay. Because I was watching the episode, I was like, what is Top and Sam doing at in the school in the new school uniform? We've never seen him in that scenario. Like he came in to help him with that project, but it didn't seem like he was a student doing that. He was like an alumni. He had expertise because his family runs a hotel chain or whatever the case may be. So I thought that was the case. But when he showed up in the school uniform at the school, I was like, since when did you go here? You and Sam, because Sam was in the music room. I'm like, Sam, what? That was weird. So I guess that's their comment they're responding to what I said in the video because I was a little confused. It says here this episode was very underwhelming for me as well. The party looked lame. I would care more about Mew and Ray if they spent time this episode showing them bonding or whatever. That's actually what I thought they were going to do, but I guess not. Me too. I knew they were going to show like maybe Mew going down a destructive path with Ray, but I thought they were going to show them kind of bonding in a more positive light before that started happening. Maybe that's why Mew would give in to Ray's vices because they're bond, and he kind of just wants to give this a shot, and maybe I was too harsh about the drugs. Maybe you can do it in moderation, or maybe I'm just being stuck up, or maybe some reason for him to kind of go that route in a more comfortable way, and they did not. It just seemed like he was being so self-destructive for the sake of being self-destructive because he's sad. You know what I mean? And Ray just indulging him in it. So that sucks though, because I wish they would have shown their relationship in a more positive light, so we can so we as the audience can be conflicted. I know people don't want Mew and Top together, but there's some people who do. And giving Ray an actual chance to actually be an option for Mew would have been nice. It would have been more messier, obviously, because now it's more black and white, with Top being Captain Save-A-Ho and Ray being just absolutely awful this episode. The whole drug thing, the whole him messing with Sand on the side is not looking good for Ray. So it's hard to even want to ship those two together if you did in the first place. Because I was kind of with it. I was kind of like, okay, let me see what's up with Ray and Mew. And now, not the case. That's not the case for me. Their whole relationship is so lame. My goodness. I was literally sitting here like, okay. Sand trying to establish boundaries and having them be trampled over by Ray is very on brand with Ray's character. He consistently pushes people's boundaries, then plays dumb about it. That is so true. Sand, yo man, get away from me. Have him, y'all go have fun. Leave me alone. Ray do not care. Oh, I don't care. You're mine. Yikes. Yikes. Sandray is so icky to me now. Yikes. They say yikes in the comment. Oh my god. I'm very worried for Nick. I don't know how I feel about him starting a relationship with his boss, but I guess. Yeah, I want him to start a relationship with someone else, and that's kind of exciting, but the fact is his boss is already... I think they're in a messy scenario, both of them. Boston with Adam, because, that's old boy's brother, so that's going to be messy. And then Nick with his boss is going to be messy, power imbalance. Oh my god. Oof, it's gonna be messy, and I don't want that for them. And it sucks that they're both in a scenario where that can be like. It'd be nice if like they had side pieces or like new potential love interests that wasn't so obviously a messy scenario. You know what I mean? That would be nice. But it's a soap opera, so they need to have drama. Ugh. The Boston almost made a good decision, but he's not going to change overnight. Whatever. I do find his and Top conversation funny. I don't know, but I would like for them to be friends in the future. I like them to be cordial. I want everyone to be cool, honestly speaking. Not like let's be friends again because how could you bounce back from that? But kind of cordial and like, because it's messy, messy. Mew in this episode made a lot of sense. He's just self-destructing with no regards to his well-being at all. Ray is such a loser in this episode, and it's so embarrassing. He's always been my least favorite, but this episode solidified it. I guess he's... Because I like Ray, and I want to root for him. But he does get on my nerves constantly, and I guess because he is my least favorite. Even though Chum, I keep pronouncing her name wrong. You know her. Even though she does be pissing me off with her being so nasty at times for no reason, I don't necessarily dislike her more than Ray. Because the thing is, the narrative isn't giving her enough time to be more fleshed out. I'm only seeing more negative aspects of her character on the forefront rather than the more positive ones. But in this episode, she was seen more in a more positive light. So I'm kind of like, okay, Slay Queen. So, and then Ray in this episode was seen more in a negative light. So I'm like, get out my face. You're crunchy. So as it stands, Ray would be my least favorite character. I want to root for him so bad. I want to. He's so awful all the goddamn time, and it irks my nerves. Like him messing with sand and being in his face, literally makes me pop a blood vessel. Cause I'm like, I'm irritated. Stop it. Stop. 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 Get out of his face. Stop it. Especially now you with Mew, Ray. Ray. But I don't want to dislike him. I don't want to. That's why I'm conflicted and feel like frustrated because I don't want to be in this space. Ugh. Top continues to show that he's not a a-hole everyone perceives him to be. I do agree. I love how he's patient and how he restrained himself in this episode. He really did. Everyone come at him sideways. Ray and Mew splashing the water and kissing him in front. Like he was doing a lot, and like even him helping out Ray when he's about to go to jail is it's very telling. And I know they were kind of heavy handed within this episode. It was like a lot of stuff in this show. What they're doing is obvious what they're doing, but they do it in a more nuanced way. But this episode, everything was very heavy handed. Obviously, Ray is the bad guy in this episode. And obviously, Top is going to be saving the day, and in Mew's narrative, this will be Top's redemption situation to show he's a good guy, and even maybe the audience, because there's people who hate Top and Mew for whatever reason. This will just kind of not change their mind, but kind of see what's obvious about Top, him being a nice stand-up guy as he's always shown to be. I know he's slow Boston. We got it. Other than that, he's been a stand-up guy. Other than that, guys, y'all can't deny it. And I think this episode was very heavy-handed with it, and I don't mind it. I guess I was like, oh my god, here we go. What else? Watching him watching over Mew, and him saying he doesn't care if they end up together. Was amazing, on par with his character. I do agree. That seems like something Top would do. This fandom has the worst takes when it comes to Top and Mew, and it's embarrassing to watch them treat Top's cheating like the worst thing while also wanting Sand and Ray together. Overall, my perfect endgame will be Top and Mew in a healthy relationship, Ray by himself, Sand without Yo's ex. Sand with Yo's ex. Damn, you really want them to get together? Okay. Or Nick with Sand, or with no one, and then Boston and New York. Okay, that I can rock with that. I do think Nick and Sand being the best of friends is more what I would want for the two of them. But Nick with someone else that's not his boss or something that's complicated would be nice. Sand with Sand with Freddie Mercury guy would have been nice. Especially we could have a scenario where Ray disrespects Sand's boundaries because he wants to pursue Mew like he said he did. And him booing up with Freddie Mercury would have been really nice to see. But yeah, that's how I feel about that. Great comment. I love that comment. Someone said, they just left a comment a minute ago. To me, it seems the show wants to bring a point across that Ray Mew isn't working. Yeah, they were very obvious with that. At this point, Sand and Ray is also no good. The way Ray disregards their economic differences, etc. Yep. And to be honest, I don't think Top is evil or scheming. But the thing with Mew seems to still be a lot about his own self-actualization. I'm not convinced he's just in love with Mew, but I know that many may not share that feeling. I mean, maybe he's trying to be a more stand-up guy for his own thing, because we don't know how he was before he met Mew. So he may be trying to do the right thing by Mew for himself. Do we think that's a bad thing? I don't think so, because the positive outcome of this is the bigger picture, and I appreciate that. I don't care if you're doing a good deed for selfish reasons. This good deed needs to happen. You know what I mean? That's how I feel about scenarios like this. I don't care that it makes you feel better. It helps your pride or your ego to do the right thing. Who cares? You're doing the right thing, and I'm selfish too because I need the right thing to be done by me. I need him to get better. I want that for him as a viewer, as a fan of the show, as a I want that. So if Mew is doing it for selfish reasons, I could not care. Or sorry, Top is doing it for selfish reasons. I don't care, as long as he's doing it. And that's just me. Y'all might be like, no, he needs to be selfless. Who cares? Who cares? Save Mew. I don't care if you're doing it for selfish reasons. The Jenny scene hit for me because she's a great actress, but I agree with you. She needs more scenes. Also, April and Chum need more scenes too. Yes, it would have been great to have us see her pursue old boy Yo, I think his name, or is her name Plug? So Yo, it would have been nice to show like every episode they're like bond, and maybe we can see as she bonds with him, we can see how the struggle she went through to get her own bar, or how she decided to do that. Maybe she had help with getting the place because, Ray gave her a loan, or she got some advice from Top's father about how to run a business, and she applied that to her. Like, it was nice to get to know her better, her pursuing him for like maybe small scenes, and like have them pile up to the point where they got together and she's like, oh, yes, my girl, she runs the bar. And when she like kicked that one guy out with a bottle who attacked Mew that one episode, it would have been nice to see that kind of go through. And I'm saying just small scenes to kind of boop, boop, boop. So, because she is in the intro credits and we barely see her. And this episode had a heavy scene with her. I'm like, I want to care so much. I do, but I just don't. And I felt bad because I like Jenny. I think she's a great actress, and the visibility is really great. She's doing the things. She's being a trans woman and also a dark skinned one too. Man, give her all the roles, lines, scenes, and scenarios. Give it to her. Yes, her and more people like her. Please, 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 please. Because I really want to care. I just didn't, but I really like her being involved regardless. You know what I mean? Let's go through some more comments because I'm excited. This episode wasn't my favorite, but I still enjoyed it. Me too. I didn't really care if this episode was underwhelming, but it wasn't the worst episode in my opinion. Ray got on my nerves. I empathize with the situation, but it doesn't excuse him having destructive behavior. He's being a cock blocker towards Sam. The whole relationship towards Mew is cringy. My issue with Mew Ray being together, definitely a rebound situation. Yep. Although Mew loves Ray, clearly he's not in love with him. Yep. Most of his episodes seemed like he didn't want to be bothered with Ray. It was very apparent. Like he was just he's going through. He's sad. He is sad, and him and Ray just being up. You could tell he's just crawling with any type of affection with Ray in the bookstore library situation, and in the party when he kissed him in the back room, he kissed him in front. Like you can tell, Mew just was like, ugh, this is not what I need right now. I feel deep down Ray knows Mew doesn't love him romantically, which is the part of the reason why he's still going after Sand. That makes sense. He's trying to see how it works out, trying to see what could be, but he knows it ain't really what's up. And they been know because after when he got rejected by Mew once again, he was really all in with Sand. He knew what's up, and he was willing to move on, keep their friendship going, apologize for kissing while he was asleep, and keep it moving. And they were good Judies and keep it moving. And he was, giving this whole thing with Sand another go. I was so with it. And then here we go. So you're right. You're right. I kind of wanted Sand to get arrested because time and time again he gets away with things. Maybe he needs tough love for him to realize he needs help. That would have been awful for if he got arrested, but it would have been what he needs to get. Like I don't know, y'all. Because I feel like because I like Ray and I want more for him, and he's not. Even though he can be a jerk and dismissive and pushing boundaries, I don't know if like I need you to go to jail because of it, type of thing. I need him to get some type of comeuppance and a reality check, because him driving drunk did not do that for him. He still kissed me while he was asleep. He still, he still was doing terrible things. He was awful to Sand at any given time. So I want him to get But also, I guess I feel more sensitive because his state of mind is not the best, and we sometimes take those pills. So I'm kind of like, I don't want to be so aggressive towards him, but it's hard not to be when he does horrible things. It's such a weird. What's the right course of action? It's gonna be a. You can make a decision, and it's gonna be with a heavy heart. Tough love. Maybe going to jail might have been the best thing for him, and not because he's. I don't know, y'all. I don't want him to go to jail, go to prison. I don't know. I think the wake up call is Top helping him out. Him having Top help him out. The guy he hates, the guy he never liked, helping him out is gonna be a wake up call for him. It has to be at this point because if something happens again, I don't know, y'all. One more thing, I don't have any issue with Top, but I did side eye him when he gave the police the envelope of money. Because why is he carrying the envelope of money anyways? I guess he knows what's up. I guess he's been around the block a few times. I don't know if that should cause doubt or shadiness on his character, a side eye because he had that money with him. It is a bit strange to have that bunch of money just on the ready, on the go. But if you've been in this life, when you do drugs or you're at a party, or he knows that might have happened with Mew, like him doing drugs and stuff, and the cops might have came. I don't know, and he was like, "Let me prepare myself for the scenario." I think it's smart. What's it called? Contingency plans. I think that's more what's going on, rather than him being some type of criminal underlord or overlord because he got money on the side because for the situation. I don't know. I think he just had a inkling that this might happen. Oh, this comment. What was the point of the scene with Jenny and her partner? And it seemed like it's too soon to move in together with a partner after a few months. I think just to pad the runtime, one, two, to show the parallels of, or the mirror the situation with Sand and Ray. There's no reason for them to have that scene in there, especially such a dramatic scene. Like, it seemed useless to me. Any other? As I'm making this video, I'm getting more comments as I'm filming this. It says, "I get Sand. He cares about Ray, wants more, but he knew at the beginning Ray wasn't clamoring for more. Sand brings Ray out of his darkness, but Ray might feel undeserving or scared. Ooh, Mew has seen him in his darkest times. Now Mew can be in the space with him, so he can stay numb." Oh, I love this comment. Yet Ray still wants Sand around because he likes the feeling Sand brings. That's so true. That is so true. I get Mew. He feels like Top cheated, quotation marks, because he was boring, too good, but he needs to be wild, fun, and free. Ooh, that's something I didn't think about. I mean, he did say, "I want to be different. I feel like I'm boring." That does make sense. He did say that in the episode. He did say that. Being himself and loving someone got him hurt, so he needs to be the opposite. But he knows it's not who he is. I love this comment. I feel like what they said is obvious, but it wasn't obvious. I did not even pick up on, because like we know why Mew is acting destructive, but like we don't know what the point he's making, and this is the point he's making. He's doing all these things that are completely opposite to his character. Stuff he condemned and hated in the past is what he's indulging in. Because he feels like, oh, no one wants me as I am. I have to be something else. And even, I guess it's giving how Ray is. Mew did not want any parts of that lifestyle. And the only way to be with Ray is to divulge in that lifestyle, because outside of that, it doesn't work. I guess he might have felt, but Todd came along and indulged Mew into what Mew likes, the reading and these kind of dates and these like romantic scenarios. So that's why he fell for Top in the first place. And he knew he couldn't get that from Ray. And obviously, look, what he doing, Ray? Drugs and drinking? Ooh, Not Mew refusing to kiss Ray in private, but doing it in front of Top to spite him. You know what? You're right. That's exactly what happened. Oh no, I'm getting more comments. This video's messy. Oh, okay, yeah. Um, so I think I'm gonna end the video here. I don't think there's anything else to talk about. Ray is love starved, alcohol, drug addicted, with mommy and daddy issues, and I'm not remotely surprised at the horrible decisions he makes. I really need his friends or dad to stage an intervention and get this boy some professional help. He needs all the rehab and therapy. I thought that was going to be the case with his new dynamic with Sam after he helped him after the car accident. Because he did tell him he needs to stop doing, he needs to get help. He needs, and like he's doing, and he said it was a loving tone, especially after his dad shoot him out. So Sam came at him with a more loving tone after he, you know, bathed him in the shop in the tub and whatnot. I thought that might have been the route they were going with this. You know what? I would have loved that. I would have loved if we saw Ray starting to go down a more positive route and not get with Mew right away. And we would have saw Mew kind of slowly, I guess, not dive into depression, but kind of do a self-loathing. I hate myself because I can't seem I'm not good enough for a person to be loyal to me type of thing. And him slowly maybe not caring about schoolwork or his friendships and kind of withdrawing, and then maybe we could see as Ray got better, he trying to be a better friend to Mew, like if he was a friend to him, but then that's when Mew kind of takes in Ray as the rebound. It would have been more messy and hurtful to Sand in this scenario, but like it would have been great storytelling, and because Mew wants to numb the pain or be different, it causes Ray to kind of, I guess, relapse, and they both go down this destructive path together. That would make more sense. It's upsetting. I don't want this, obviously, but like this would make more sense from a narrative point of view. Like, oh, this is how they bond, is this kind of stuff, and this is why we see Ray and Sam on the outs. Because like Sam, like, I was there for you, and I tried to help you get help, and you were doing good, and now you're doing bad, and now it's with Mew, and he is not in a good headspace. Y'all both are not in a good headspace, and I know you love him, so you're trying to like be for him, be a good friend to him, but you know what I mean? That would have been also cut out them being like booed up, like Ray and Mew being booed up. Cut that out. Cut it out. They're just being besties, just doing drugs and like going out a destructive path, and being reckless with their lives instead of them doing that and also being romantically linked. Because it sucks because Ray is still trying to get it with Sand. The same issue. They may not be a couple. Ray and Mew may not be a couple. We don't know the scenario with that, but Top and Mew weren't a couple when he busted out with Boston. So, but we're not going down that route. But you know what I mean? Like, come on now. It just, honestly, now that I'm thinking about it, even though I don't like this episode or it's underwhelming, this episode, now I'm reading y'all comments, I'm kind of living again. I think after I watched the episode, I was like, oh, it was such a bull crap happening. I think the conversation with Sand and Ray in the music room, unnecessary. Cut that out. Jenny scene with Oh Boy, cut that out. I'm so sorry. They could have been in the episode some other ways, but not. They could be at the party. I don't know. Let's use more scenes with Nick, please and thank you. Like, let's see him deal with the aftermath of Boston. You know, go see him, giving the cold shoulder, blocking him. Let's see him be like, you know what, I'm not going to be depressed. I'm going to dive myself into my passion, which is graphic design. Let me set up my meetings. Let me do my, like, having just us seeing Nick prop himself up to be better and get along. And maybe Sam can be his person. He helps him focus on his hustle. Because, you know, Sam has his hustle. So him having Nick focus on his hustle would have been great for their friendship. And then we see him at this intern meeting. Woo, woo, woo. And then, maybe the same scenario can happen with him trying to get back with Boston at the party. But us getting to know Nick more and have him do more would have been nice to see. Rather than having another Ray Sand scene. Because I feel like episode 5 was heavy on the Ray Sand. The whole show was heavy on those two. You think it's Mew and Toppy occupying the screen time as a duo? No, it's Ray and Sand. It is Ray. Cal telling it first are the stars. Even though you would think it'd be Force and Book. No, ma'am. It's the other two. And Neo and Mark ain't really getting that much to do as far as a pair, or even though their scenarios together were nice, the flirting, their dynamic was nice. They bust out a lot. You know, they did the heavy lifting with the NC scenes. You know, but yeah, that's my thoughts on that. Thank you so much for participating in the comment section. Sorry for a long video. Sorry for repeating myself. Sorry for, losing my place in the comment section. The text is on my iPad. It's big enough for me to see, but it's hard to know where I left off when the passage is this long and the text is this tiny. So I do apologize. I'm about to go eat because I'm hungry. What else? What else? That's it. Oh, become a patron, like I said before. And I will see y'all in the next video.